Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ollie here, and man, kicking off 2018 with possibly one of the most exciting things that I've ever done. Now, if you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, I'm actually shooting it as a video, right? So if you go to YouTube, I was posting podcast episodes as audio with like a picture behind, and I thought, you know what? If I'm posting on YouTube, I might as well just record a video as well. So yeah, if you go to YouTube, you can see the video. I'm just going to swing the camera around right now. You actually see I'm in a pretty cool place right now. Let me show you what's behind me, see if you can get a better look over there. Actually, in the Shangri-La Hotel, in the top of the Shard in London. Really cool place. This is where I'm staying tonight, because tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to be going downstairs to the event room, the Lee Room here, and I'm hosting an event with 12 entrepreneurs, and the whole point of this event is for us to work together so I can actually help them build six-figure businesses in 2018. Now, a lot of people, when they host events and, you know, they're getting together a group of people, a lot of coaches, what they'll do is they'll find the cheapest hotel, right? They'll find like a travel lodge or something like really budget, hold the event in like a room that costs like £300, and they'll focus on trying to make a ton of profit from the event, right? So £300, they charge £1,000 a ticket, whatever. They'll make a ton. For me, what I wanted to do is I wanted to host the event in an amazing place, okay? Somewhere that's going to absolutely blow my mind, blow everybody's mind who is attending, and beyond that, enable us to all think bigger while we're here. How can you not think big when you've got a view behind you of the whole of London and surrounding counties? You see Canary Wharf over there behind me. If you look to the other side of the Shard, you can see the whole other side of London. How can you not be inspired in this environment? So I thought, you know, rather than just booking the cheapest place ever, I'm going to design my lifestyle a little bit, enjoy the event even more by having it in a luxury setting. And by being here, almost automatically think bigger, enable everyone to just set bigger goals. So what I wanted to do in this podcast is actually talk about just that. What goals should you be setting for 2018? Now, it's a very good question, because there's like this, there was, until I discovered the philosophy I'm about to describe to you, this argument in my mind between, should I go ahead and set pie in the sky goals that I know I'm probably not going to reach so I can be happy with achieving slightly less? Or should I just try and reverse engineer what I've done so far in the past of my business and actually create realistic goals which I know I'm going to hit and then exceed them, right? So there was these two schools of thought in my mind when I was thinking about setting goals last year. So what I did last year is I took the second option. I thought to myself, look, I'm a business owner now. Okay, I run an e-commerce business, I run a coaching business, I teach you guys, right? I thought, well, I'm just going to take the second option. Rather than setting pie in the sky goals and then hitting lower, I'm going to set realistic goals and then smash through them and do better. So last year, what I actually did was my aim was to times my entire business by 2. I thought, look, I've done multiple six figures with coaching. I've done multiple six figures selling on Amazon. Okay, some months make more with coaching. Some months I make more with Amazon. It varies depending on the time of year, right? Q4, Amazon blows everything else out of the water. As you guys know, it's crazy. So I knew that timesing my business by 2, yeah, it's an ambitious goal, but it's doable. I can just do pretty much the same stuff that I'd done before, but just double it. Well, what do you think happened last year? Now, by any stretch of the imagination, it wasn't a bad year, right? I didn't fail. I still did really well. But in reality, I actually made less money with the coaching business than I did the year before. So this got me thinking. I was like, I've aimed here to set a realistic goal of doubling my business, right? I know it's possible. I can definitely do it. How come I ended up reducing the amount of money I earned for last year? What happened there? Well, after a lot of pondering and after a speech I saw on YouTube which I'll link to in the show notes, which is absolutely incredible, I found out exactly why. And this might be the reason why you haven't been hitting crazy goals as well. This whole philosophy will change your mind, your perception about how you should set goals. And this could be the one thing that completely transforms your life and your business for 2018. Here it is. You should never aim to just double your business. Instead of doing that, you should aim to 10 times your business. There's a very specific reason why this is the case. When you double your business, right, you aim to double your income or whatever it is, you're earning 30K a year right now, you say next year I want to earn 60. When you aim to double it, the point of reference that you're using to be able to hit the bigger goals is what's happened immediately in the past. Right? So I was looking at my business and saying, okay, well, I've done this amount last year. I can use all of that stuff to get double the results next year. So you're looking into the past and extracting stuff that you already know in order to grow. That's actually a really, really flawed strategy. Because in order to grow and in order to move forward, you can't just do the things that you were doing in the past. I've talked about this a lot in my masterclasses. In order to grow, you have to transform into a completely different person. So setting goals to double everything you're doing, your income, your business, whatever it is, doesn't change your mindset enough to warrant growth. Because you just think, well, I can just do the same stuff. So this is what I did. I did the same stuff last year I was doing before. This year, we're only about 19 days into 2018. My aim is to 10 times my business. Now, this completely destroys the luxury of being able to look back at what I did in 2017 and say, well, I need to do more of that. Because in order to 10 times your business, think about the thought processes that go through your mind if you want to achieve that. You have to completely change everything, right? You have to completely transform yourself, your strategy, tools, tactics you're using, the knowledge pool, the people you surround yourself with. And then once you start thinking like this, think how that's going to have a knock-on effect on your business, right? Think how that's going to change things. So this is what I've been doing, and I can tell you already, only 19 days into 2018, number one, I booked this event, okay, because I was thinking much bigger, okay, so I booked this event, I thought, screw it, Shard's awesome, let's just do an event there, okay, that came from 10 times thinking, wouldn't have come from 2 times thinking. I've got tons of new ideas, new strategies, I'm listening to new people, okay, new influencers, new experts, because you have to, right? You have to. In order to hit a 10 times goal, you have to listen to new people and adopt new strategies. This stuff changes everything. So what I want to do is give you an analogy to point out exactly why this stuff is so powerful and why you should definitely be 10 times in your goals for 2018, not just 2 timesing or trying to get like a 20% increase. Here's why. Let's say tonight, okay, you're going to go home, back to your apartment, back to your house, and you're going to cook a meal for yourself. Okay, you're going to go home, you're going to think about what to eat, look up a recipe. Maybe it's something you already know how to cook. Okay, you're going to make a starter, a main, and a dessert. Think about the effort, the energy, and everything that goes into creating this meal for yourself. Okay? Now compare that, right, just making a meal for yourself to making a meal for yourself and one other person, in case you're having a hot girl or guy over, maybe it's your spouse or like a new, maybe a supermodel or something, right? Come around your house, you're going to make them dinner for you and the person sitting opposite you on the table. How much of a mindset shift do you need to make dinner for 2 people versus 1? It's barely anything, right? You just double the things that you've already got. Buy a little bit extra of the ingredients you need. Learn pretty much the same recipe, use all the same techniques, use the same oven, mix whatever you need to mix in the same amount of mixing bowls and knives and cutlery. Not really much of a transition happens when you change from cooking for yourself versus cooking for 2 people. Okay? I think you might have an idea of what I'm going to say next. Imagine if you had 10 people coming round your house for dinner tonight versus cooking for yourself. How would your mindset transform based on making that meal for 10 people? What new ideas would you have to adopt? What new approaches would you have to learn? What new techniques would you have to learn? How much more resourceful would you have to be able to cook for 10 people versus just cooking for yourself? Like, it's on a different planet. You're playing a completely different game then. You're going to have to think of, maybe I can buy bulk quantities of ingredients. Maybe I can hire some cutlery from somewhere so I don't have to just have all this random extra cutlery in my house. Plates, dishes. Maybe I can use paper plates, right? The new ideas will surface when you 10 times the thing that you're already doing. So, quick thought for you today. Thought I'd just make you an awesome video podcast. Again, if you listen to iTunes, definitely go over to YouTube and you can actually see this as a video. You can see the room I'm in. It's an awesome room. You can see, I think it's at the Honda building, just behind me there. Tower Bridge and London Dungeons and everything. Canary Wharf is over there, which is awesome. As you can see, all that cool stuff. Inspiring place to be. Thoroughly looking for my event. Forward to my event tomorrow. If you're coming, by the way, or you're listening to this podcast and you did come, hope it was awesome. And regardless, whatever you do, definitely focus on building 10 times goals for 2018, because it doesn't just change the amount of income you're thinking about earning, it changes everything. It changes your ideas, your attitude, the people you surround yourself with, the resourcefulness. It changes the game. And already it's been 19 days into 2018. I've already made significant changes in the first few weeks. Okay, so apply this stuff, and there's a real science behind it, and it definitely works. So I'll put the YouTube video in the link below from where I found the original speech about why this works. You can go dive into that, do a bit more research, and don't just take my word for it. Okay, listen to this guy because he's a genius. You may not have heard of him, but he's a very, very, very influential coach. I'll put his link below. And in the meantime, think about 10xing your goals, and I can't wait. Shoot me an email if this stuff was helpful and this helped you transform everything. Shoot me an email, support@ecommercefreedom.com. Let me know how it went. You can go to ecommercefreedom.com to find this episode as well. There'll be some show notes and things as well for you to check out. Awesome. So I'm going to get a few things ready for tomorrow. Might go buy some clothes, finalize the content for the event, and hopefully I'll catch you at one of these events in the future. Take care. Speak soon, and have an awesome day. Can't wait to see you 10 times your goals.